This is Gerardo Del Real with Resource Stock Digest. Joining me today is the president of Gladiator Metals, Mr. Marcus Harden. Marcus, it's great to have you back on. How are you today, sir?
Great. Thanks, Gerardo. Thanks for finding the time.
Oh, listen, anytime that you're hitting high-grade copper to the tune of 20.44 meters at 2.17%, I will find the time. You had some news here recently with just some spectacular widths of high-grade copper mineralization. You have to be pleased. So I wanted to have you back on and just provide an update here. Let everybody know how things are coming along.
Yeah, thanks, Gerardo. So we've just announced since March, we've announced the first 3,500 meters of diamond drilling, which we've done at the Chiefs Trend. We've still got around 6,500 meters we're going to be doing in that area on that permit, which we're hoping will be restarting sort of the middle of next month. We basically just stopped for the change of season, make sure we don't cause any damage to roads and access trails as the snow melts. But yes, very pleased with the drill results. So sort of getting good width. So that combined with our previous announcements, we've had a couple of intervals over 20 meters wide, grades generally between 1.5 and 2.5% copper in multiple holes. There's been welcome gold credit as well, sort of often above a gram a ton, but generally ranging between sort of 0.3 and 1.5 grams a ton on those intervals as well. And what this drilling does is it sort of it confirms the Middle Chief to Big Chief area as an area that we can be working up to sort of start working towards resource potential. So as you know, we already have sort of an area at this stage down at Cowley Park, which has received a lot of drilling, over 700-800 meters of strike. So we're building up multiple prospects along the 35 kilometers of strike that we have under tenure. And the idea is to work up more areas to start indicating a significant sort of tonnage potential. But what is important to us is maintaining that grade. The historical operations were above 1.5% copper with sort of a coming on a gram a ton gold credit as well. And we're keen to sort of keep targeting grade. And we feel that that's one of the things that makes us one of the more exceptional copper explorers out there at the moment.
You touched on the gold credit, and at least on the Chiefs Trend, the way that I understand it, historic drilling only assayed for copper. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. So although gold was a significant credit when the mine was in production, it was never actually assayed for in any of the drill hole data sets. So all we have is copper numbers in front of us, and obviously, if it's being mined at 1.5% copper, but with a 1 gram a ton on top, that's a much more significant copper equivalent grade. We haven't been quoting copper equivalents, and the reason for that is, our data set at the moment just isn't quite big enough to be able to domain that separately and make sure that that's an appropriate thing to do. But we're obviously pretty excited about what that could do to the overall grade of any future resources.
I have to believe that with the copper price heading north, if it does what I think it's going to do, which is absolutely go much higher, I have to believe that with the potential scale that Gladiator offers, that you have to have major companies reaching out, wanting to chat, wanting to look at the data, and at the very least, keep an eye on the developing story. Because again, the scale of this play is what's impressive to me. The grade is great, the widths are great, but it's all over the place.
Yeah, and I mean, you sort of hit the nail on the head of what we're trying to achieve in the next 6 months, Gerardo, and that is really to demonstrate that scale. So that's sort of why we're trying to drill multiple areas. So demonstrate that there's multiple prospects that can contribute to any future global resources. And we're going to have a big push over the summer, the next couple of months, to start working up our project pipeline. Exploration to date has very much been in and around sort of historically known occurrences, but much of the belt lies undercover. And we've just flown a very detailed drone mag survey over the whole belt for the first time, which indicates a lot of continuity in that in the high mag targets. So, sorry, just to explain, these are mostly magnetite skarns, so obviously they respond very well to magnetic surveys. And we're seeing sort of good continuity undercover between a lot of these outcropping areas. And that's what we're going to be building on in the summer. We're going to be building our regional exploration pipeline and really doing exactly what you're saying, Gerardo, try and demonstrate that scale potential at this stage and bring in new prospect areas along our strike.
No, listen, good times in the copper space, more good times coming, and I suspect more good times coming for Gladiator. Thank you so much, Marcus.
No, thanks, Gerardo. And just to mention, we got a few more sort of areas of news coming out. So we'll, as I mentioned, we'll be restarting drilling at the Chiefs Trend within the next couple of weeks. And we're also looking to announce kind of the findings of that magnetic survey as well. Start demonstrating that size potential, as well as some updates from Cowley Park and elsewhere along the belt as well. Some of those other targets we're working out.
Good stuff. Looking forward to it. Thanks again.
Thank you very much, Gerardo.
All right. Cheers.
Bye.
Hey everybody, Gerardo Del Real here. If you're enjoying the content that you just saw, you can let us know in 3 simple steps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and please share across your network and on social media. Take care, everybody.